let's connect the Flexi Line to the character's neck. So again, we'll show the model, and we're ready to import in the Flexi Line. Okay, so we'll merge that into our scene. And now, as we've done before, let's go ahead and find the Flexi hidden layer. Here it is. Let's go ahead and show it. We'll grab the top node. We'll press Control Page Down. We'll head over to Tools and give this a new prefix. So that's Rename Objects. And our prefix this time will be neck underscore. Let's click on Rename. And now we can go to the Flexi layer and give that the same prefix of neck underscore. Alright, great. We can go ahead and hide this layer now. And we can now work on centering this system to the neck. So we'll essentially want to position constraint between the head bone and the chest nub. So with our global node selected, the Flexi global node, with that in our selection, let's say we go ahead and Alt right click and find our position constraint, and we'll go ahead and tie that to our head bone. We'll go ahead and do the same thing, only this time we'll tie that to the chest nub. Alright, so once that's centered, we also want to work on reorienting this object. So we know that we need to rotate this 90 degrees in our x-axis. Alright, we can now start to rescale this. Let's go ahead and start to just bring the size down, again, so that the connect curves match to the objects that will control them. So taking a look at the scale here, it almost looks like about a value of 40 would work. So we'll go ahead and use that. We'll make sure that the Flexi's global control is going to be linked to our center of gravity. Alright, great. Let's go ahead and create a temp helper. Just go ahead and create a point helper, add that to the scene. We'll press Shift A to align this to our new Flexi rig. So that way, if we go in and freeze the transforms of our Flexi object, of its global control, just in case it shifts, we could always bring this back. Alright, so I'll go ahead and use Shift A to quick align this back to our helper, and we can go ahead and get rid of that helper now. Alright, so we can now go in and refreeze the transforms on the Flexi's global control. Alright, beautiful. So everything is working just fine. I might now want to go in and hide the character. Let's do that. Alright, great. Let's go ahead and work on position constraining our connect curves. So, this first one is going to be position constrained to the head control. Go ahead and mouse over it, make sure it gets to the head control, not to its group. And we could always check the weight by scrolling down and just making sure that weight is set to anim head. Alright, now for the next one here, that should be tied to the chest nub. Alright, so we'll go ahead and take care of that. Great, so now when we grab the chest control and we start to pull that around, it's going to stretch just fine. We'll also check our head control. We can start to move that around. Again, everything's going to work just fine. Very cool. So this is coming together very well. We now need to work on the twist control. So for the chest, this is going to be really straightforward. We just go in, grab our chest control. We'll go ahead and right click, choose wire parameters. It's going to be transform, rotations, or Euler. We'll grab our y-axis and tie that to our connect curves y-axis. So Euler, there we go. Use the lower arrow and choose connect. Let's go ahead and test this out. So when we grab the chest and start to twist that, you can see that we're getting some twisting now. Very nice. Now here's where this gets tricky. When we start to set up the twist for the head, we need to make sure that the twist doesn't only consider the head control, but it also needs to consider the twisting of the chest control. We need to make sure that when the head follows the chest, that connect curve is going to twist when the chest twists. However, once that is off, once that dynamic parent system is off, we need to make sure that this chest control will have no influence over the twist axis of that connect curve. So we can use an expression to do that. So this is going to be really straightforward. With the connect curve selected, let's head over to our motion panel. We'll scroll up and we'll go ahead and find the twist axis. Here it is, the y-axis, and we'll assign a float expression. All right, now it's time to create a set of variables. So the first one we'll name PRT underscore chess. So that is essentially the custom channel that controls the dynamic parent system. We'll go ahead and choose create. And the next one is going to be head underscore twist. And then we'll create one for the chest twist. All right, let's go ahead and find the channels we need. So for the chest twist, we'll choose assign controller. Let's go ahead and find the chest control. We'll expand the outside of our global control and the outside of the center of gravity. Here is anim chest. All right, so we'll go ahead and find its zero Euler Y, which is okay. Let's go ahead and grab the head twist variable. We'll go ahead and find the heads group, and that will lead us right to the head twist. So that was parented under the center of gravity, so we should be able to find the head control group. Here it is. We'll expand the outside to get to the head control, and we will want to find its transform, rotation, zero Euler, y-axis. Now the last thing we need to do is assign our custom parameter that controls the dynamic parent system, and that's tied to our head control, so that should be easier to find. There's modified object, extra controls. There it is, follow chest. All right, so here's how our expression will look. That's going to be another condition statement, so we'll add if, and then we'll go ahead and put in open and close parentheses. So if PRT underscore chest is equal to 1, go ahead and put a comma and a space, and then following that, we want the head twist and the chest twist to influence the connect curve. So that's really simple math. That's going to be chest underscore twist plus head underscore twist. Again, we'll put another comma, and then following that, we'll go ahead and add another space here. And now we want to say, all right, if this is false, if this is off, we only want the heads twist to influence the connect curve. So all we need to do is add head underscore twist here. Now we can go ahead and evaluate this and test it out. So you'll see that with the dynamic parent channel being off, you'll notice that when we go in and start to rotate our head, yes, we'll still be able to twist those flexi bones. However, what's nice is that when we go to our chest control, as we start to twist that, there's going to be no twisting. We lock that down. How cool is that? However, if we were to go back to our head control and turn on follow chest, you'll now notice that the twisting of the chest control will influence the twisting of the flexi's control at the top. Very nice. I'll go to the y-axis and just start to twist the chest to make sure that this is working properly. Now you'll see something very interesting. You'll see that the group of our flexi object, you can see that it has been temporarily disabled because of that expression that we just made. So all we need to do is make sure that the group still looks at the twisting of our connect curve. Let's go ahead and go back to the neck flexi hidden layer. We'll go ahead and show it. We'll go ahead and find our group. There it is. And we can go ahead and use wire parameters to link that right back to our connect curve. So with the group selected, we can right click and choose wire parameters, transform zero Euler Y, and we'll tie that to our connect curve. So that's transform 0 Euler Y. There we go. And we'll go ahead and connect this back. Now, remember, we have loaded in our group first, so we just need to make sure to use the center arrow here, and we'll choose connect. All right, so everything should be good to go. Let's go ahead and test this out. Now, when we grab the chest and we start to rotate, okay, let's take a look. You'll see that everything is working as it should. All right, very fun. So sometimes we may need to just go ahead and update that group's twist expression after setting up this dynamic parent system. I'll go ahead and alt-right click and choose transform to 0 to bring the chest back. I'll go ahead and take a look at the heads twist just to make sure everything's working just fine. Beautiful stuff. Okay, great. So let's say we go ahead and stop our lesson here. I'll go ahead and leave the Flexi hidden layer unhidden because we have a little bit of cleanup work to do. So what we'll do in the next lesson is just go ahead and finish up the Flexi system.